Good afternoon, dear colleagues from all over the continent and from overseas. I welcome you to our second online discussion in a series of 3, focusing on the state of health journalism in Africa, south of the Sahara. Advertising has taken a deep dive. Yet the quest and demand for verified, thoughtful information is today bigger than ever.
Thank you very much, Christoph. We had 3 major concerns about premium times development and journalism development as a whole. We were concerned about storytelling, we were concerned about story distribution, and we were concerned about sustainability. How do we fund the storytelling and distribution?
Journalism is fundamental to democracy. Journalism informs citizens so that they can make informed choices when they vote, but also so that citizens can exercise their rights in a democracy. Knowing that journalism is that important to the health of democracies, and knowing that journalism has struggled over the last 2 decades in particular, a lot of donors have stepped up in South Africa. I think currently we have about 6 or 7 relatively well-established donor-funded or primarily donor-funded journalism entities withstand those pressures, but there are certainly more such pressures in a commercial environment, and I think that's another benefit from donor-funded journalism, is you're not subject to that.
We are currently running a non-profit newsroom, so that means we wouldn't be taking adverts from anyone, and we're focusing on donor funding, but donor funding not as the end, but really as a means to the end. We're looking at that as a ladder that helps us build a strong foundation. The advertisers are now much more stronger than they were, say, 10 years ago. They know that the newspapers especially are desperate to keep floating. So they have a lot more strength than they had. So for independent journalists like myself and my colleagues with whom I started the center, you basically would struggle to find breathing space in that ecosystem and really do stories that excite you and make impact on the market.
Advertisers make way more effort to influence our journalism than donors do, even though donors contribute a large percentage of our funding.
Journalists in this space are quite serious people, and that means they do due diligence. And that also means that they take time to understand the donor.
Only partner with donors who you are on the same page with. You have to have a shared ideology. You can't take just any money.
Thank you to all of you, and thank you to the participants. I think a few things became clear this afternoon. There's no one-size-fits-all solution. What works in South Africa is not necessarily successful in the Democratic Republic of Congo or in Ethiopia, but it is ever more so important to exchange and learn from the experiences of others. Secondly, it needs creativity and a constant search to improve one's journalism and the business model sustaining it. And finally, despite the pandemic and many other factors that complement the crisis, good journalism will be there even after COVID-19.